Hello, it's Clemmy from the NARM Clinic, and today's video is something a little bit different. So today is Time to Talk Day, so that's a day to promote the conversation around mental health. So I thought this was a really good opportunity to talk about inflammatory bowel disease and how it can impact our mental health and what we can do. So as well as affecting our bowel and affecting other parts of our body, our IBD can actually affect our mind as well. We don't know whether that is physically through the impact it might have on the microbiome and then the brain, but also processing and living with a condition, a lifelong condition, can be really hard to deal with. And living with constant digestive symptoms, pain, fatigue, and many other things that come along with IBD can really take its toll on us. And research shows that depression and anxiety are actually significantly more common in people with IBD. And stress is also one of the really common triggers that induces flare-ups and can make symptoms worse in lots of people. Now, I know that it can be really difficult to talk about your IBD, and having inflammatory bowel disease can be really isolating. But what I would say is I'd really encourage you to talk about it. Sharing how you're feeling and the impact that it's having on you and your mental health can really, really help the people around you to help support you better. So if you've read about my story on my website, I'm now very open about my journey with inflammatory bowel disease, but it didn't always used to be like that. And I actually didn't talk to very many people at all when I was first diagnosed, and I kept it secret from many of my friends at school. And this is something that I think I'll always regret. And subsequently, now I've been a bit more open about it. Friends have said to me that they wish that I'd been more open and they wish that they'd known so they could have helped and supported me better. And I think actually it really took its toll on my mental health, and it made everything more stressful because I was trying to hide the disease as well as trying to deal with it as well. Now, I'm really lucky now with the job that I have as a nutritionist specialising in helping people with inflammatory bowel disease, that it allows me to facilitate these kind of conversations with people. And many of the clients I meet in my clinic have never met another person with inflammatory bowel disease, and I'm always happy to be that friendly ear and that empathetic ear, knowing exactly what they're going through, having been through it myself. And I can also help my clients to find further psychological support if we feel like they need it. Now, I know some people with inflammatory bowel disease suffer with anxiety around leaving the house or anxiety about not nearing a loo. That's something I can definitely relate to. And others worry about what people might think of them or have negative views about themselves because of the disease. Again, that's something I can relate to as well. But what's really important is if these feelings become too much for you, or someone that you know, then please do talk to someone and seek help through your doctor and speak to a counsellor. And actually, in some instances, just talking to a friend or family member can really help. Or discovering some self-help techniques as well, things like meditation and deep breathing in particular, can be helpful at helping to control anxiety, and that might be appropriate for you. What I see is, I see a really common thread in people with IBD, so a kind of inner strength and determination that I don't see in many other people. But I think it's really hard to put on a brave face all the time. And it's really important to remember that it's okay not to be okay when you're living with a chronic condition like this. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to encourage you to talk to your friends, to talk to your family, to talk to me if you want to, or to talk to your doctor and to get help. I know that starting these kind of conversations can be quite hard. So one little tip I have for you is that sometimes people can find it hard to start conversations face to face, and it might be easier perhaps to talk side by side with someone. So if you do want to talk to someone in person, then you might want to chat while you're doing something else. So perhaps when you're walking next to them, or when you're cooking, or when you're driving. Anyway, I hope that I have encouraged you to open up a bit more and to talk about things. And I hope to see you again soon.